Sanibonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are speaking about the show Nganele. On the latest episode of Nganele, Ugogo, actually Umalume goes and speak to Ugogo, and Umalume, like guys, it's such a sad thing that when I think about it, that Umalume is no more, that he has passed on, because I just feel like in that family, he was the only one who will kind of make effort to make sure that uNhlanhla is being considered in the decision making or whatever they get to do. Now that he's not there, ugogo uzenzela whatever she wants to do, and because everyone is basabu Batista, because everyone is afraid of ugogo, they side with ugogo. So I really am interested if there's another season coming, maybe next year. I'm interested to see what Nhlanhla's relationship will be like with his mother and his granny now that Umalume engasekho. So anyway, Umalume, he's the one, he approaches Ugogo and tells Ugogo, basically he apologizes to Ugogo, telling Ugogo, no, that um uNhlanhla, he's apologizing for the way he walked off, the way he's been doing things, and he wants to basically see his mother's grave. Tell me why Ugogo has a problem with that. Tell me why Ugogo has a problem with the fact that Nhlanhla wants to see his mother's grave. And she basically responds by saying, Kahle kahle, this child just wants to see me dead. And I'm just like, how is like a child asking to see their mother's graveyard, like killing you in a sense? Like, I don't get it. So she's like, this child wants to see me dead. She just doesn't feel like that's the proper way of like doing things. So Malume is trying to explain to her that no, like, it's not really that he's trying to hurt you, that he's trying to be disrespectful. It's a normal thing that when a person finds out about their passing of a parent, whereas they did not know about it, it's a normal thing for them to want to go and see the grave site, to want to go and see their parents' grave. So, one thing about Umalume that I will give to him, he knows how to speak with Ugogo, and I haven't seen anyone who knows how to speak sense into Ugogo. Everyone else that I've seen speak to Ugogo, it's like Ugogo wins them over. Ugogo like overpowers them. But you know, with Umalume, Umalume knows how to, he knows how to humble himself, and he knows how to speak to his sister in a way that will make her comply. And this conversation that he had with her is just an indication of that. But on the flip side of the coin, you guys, it does seem like whatever happened with Anhla's mother, like Coco clearly has not healed from it. She clearly has not healed from it, because till today, whenever like it's something that's brought up, she just feels like, you know, she doesn't want to talk about it. She just feels like it's an attack upon her, that people are like trying to, I don't know, people are trying to poke her in a sense. So I guess she never ever really dealt with the passing of her daughter. And maybe there was not even much time to deal with the passing of her daughter because there was a child involved that she kind of like had to focus on. But yeah, it clearly is an indication that she has not healed. So Umalume tries to bring her down and tries to make her see things from, from his perspective. So on his diary sessions, he does say that he feels like at the moment, because Ukoko is hurting, she does not see the perspective Yantlantla. She just takes it as a personal attack, that whenever like there's something spoken about her daughter, she takes it as in people like want to like take her back to point A or whatever the case may be. So he is sympathetic towards her. He's sympathetic towards her in a sense that he's basically saying that hurt is making Ugoko like see things in this way. So anyway, he starts calling her by clan names, and you know your traditional people, once you call them by clan names, you are just softening their spirit. You're just softening them. So he starts calling her by clan names, which just further like calms her down, because you could even hear in the tone of her voice that her heart was now inclined to listen to what umalume was asking. And Malume was basically asking that Nhlanhla gets the permission to go and see his mother's grave. Not only that, but that Ukoko should accompany them to go and see the mother's grave, because Ukoko is the one who knows traditional stuff, what needs to be done and all of that. And Ukoko ended up agreeing to his request, though she did say that she feels like her brother like listens to a child, the child being Nhlanhla. The brother listens to Nhlanhla so much, and that Nhlanhla's pulling him by the nose. So whatever Nhlanhla gets to say, Nhlanhla gets to push him to come and speak to her, and that's basically it. But yeah, you guys, Ukoko nje, I don't know, like I just feel like maybe she needs to heal. I truly don't know like what's going on, because I want to say she needs to heal, and maybe that's the reason of why she's acting the way she's acting to Nhlanhla. But then again, she also acts snags towards Ntombi, so what would that have to do with her daughter's healing, you know? But also another thing that came up, you guys, in the previous episode, remember uLokuzana and Ntombi's Nhlanhla's family, they're asking for Ntombi. They're asking that Ntombi comes and visit them. So the family wants Ntombi to come and visit them, I guess, as umakoti. I don't know why. But Ntombi obviously is refusing, because Ntombi's mother basically asked, which is going to be on next week's episode. Ntombi's mother is telling Ntombi that Lalela Pela, they are asking that you come and visit them. And Ntombi's like, nope. One thing about Ntombi that I feel like maybe it's because of the experience that she had already. But at some point, like you can't go into someone else's household and want to have your own rules, you know. But I'm curious to see, because remember now Malume has passed away. So I'm curious to see what their relationship's gonna be like, because if Umalume has passed away, which means Nhlanhla's gonna withdraw himself from the two ladies, his mother and his granny, and that means him and Ntombi can just go and sign a home affairs as planned without any lobola going on. And then they can just live happily ever after. Ntombi would not have to visit there, because, you know, Nhlanhla would have, you know, drifted himself from his mother's. So I'm curious to see how that goes down. But Ntombi doesn't want to go there. And I'm also curious about why they want Ntombi to be there. Because clearly they seem like they've rejected Ntombi. They don't want Ntombi. So, like, are they truly giving her a second chance? Ngenhliziyo emhlophe, are they giving her a second chance with an open heart, or they giving her a second chance to lash her again, to tell her of how incompetent she is, to tell her of how she's not wife material? Like, what is the purpose? Because so far in the interactions with Ntombi, I don't see the change. So if there's no change even in the interactions outside of their home, then like what makes them believe that Ntombi would want to come to a place where they're going to be ill-treating her? I don't know. I just feel like Ntombi uthwele kanzima. But at some point, guys, you need to humble yourself. Ntombi doesn't live there. She doesn't need to live there. Just for the time being, when she's there, she should just, you know, comply to their rules and whatever. Because like, how are you guys gonna live in a situation like this? If you guys bring kids into this situation, what is it gonna be like? At some point, there's gonna have to be someone who's gonna humble themselves. And yeah, quite frankly, it doesn't look like it's gonna be Coco anytime soon. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think about everything I said. Please do make sure that you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you in the next one.